Have you ever tried something and failed, only to feel like that failure didn't just live in the result, it lived in you? Not "I failed," but "I am a failure." Not "that didn't go well," but "I was never good enough in the first place." That's the voice of the fixed mindset. And for many of us, it's not just a voice, it's the lens we wear. It colors everything. You start a task and immediately feel tension. Not because the task is impossible, but because failure feels personal. It doesn't feel like a step in the process. It feels like Judgment Day, a test you've already failed. You second-guess yourself constantly. You play small, even when you're capable. You avoid risks, not because you're lazy, but because deep down you're terrified of being exposed. If I try and fail, everyone will finally know I'm not enough. You might recognize the signs. You procrastinate, because what if trying proves you're not actually talented? You crave validation, but reject feedback because it feels like a personal attack. You compare yourself obsessively, because other success feels like proof of your inadequacy. And maybe worst of all, you stop dreaming, because trying and failing feels more dangerous than not trying at all. This mindset isn't loud. It doesn't scream. It whispers. You're not good at this. You should already know how. Don't let them see you struggle. And what begins as a quiet fear becomes a defining identity. You might be praised all your life for being so smart or so talented, and yet feel like a fraud in the dark, because every achievement becomes a performance, and every mistake becomes proof you've been faking it all along. That's what a fixed mindset feels like. It's not just mental, it's emotional. It sits in your stomach. It tenses your chest. It rewrites the story you tell yourself about who you are. It makes you fear challenges instead of embracing them. It makes you see effort as weakness. It makes feedback feel like rejection. And it makes success feel fleeting, because now the pressure is even higher to keep proving your worth. And here's the cruelest twist. Even when you succeed, the fear doesn't go away. You feel relief, not joy, because now you have to do it again and again and again, like a hamster wheel powered by fear of not being enough. This mindset doesn't just affect performance. It affects relationships. You might withdraw when criticized. You might pick safe friends, safe conversations, safe ambitions, just to avoid the risk of being truly seen. And over time, it doesn't feel like a mindset anymore. It feels like reality. But what if this isn't who you are? What if this is just a belief system you learned from how you were praised, judged, compared, or treated? What if this inner weight isn't your fault? Because you weren't born afraid to try. You learned to be. And if that's true, then maybe, just maybe, you can unlearn it. In the next episode, we'll explore where this mindset comes from. Not just emotionally, but neurologically. What's happening in the brain when you're stuck in a fixed mindset? Why does effort feel threatening? Why does failure feel like identity? And more importantly, how can you start seeing yourself differently? But first, let this land. You are not broken. You are not behind. You're just wearing a belief system that doesn't fit who you're becoming. Let's begin to outgrow it.